Professional responsibility, bias, and fair housing. Fair housing begins with us. By now, you've learned that discrimination has played a significant role in American housing history. The next question is an important one. What role do real estate professionals play today? The answer is simple. Every Arizona real estate licensee has a legal and ethical responsibility to provide equal professional service to every consumer. Fair housing compliance is not about determining whether someone is a good or bad person. It is about recognizing that every individual has personal experiences, assumptions, and unconscious biases that can influence decision-making. The goal of fair housing is to ensure those biases never affect the professional services we provide. Understanding bias. Most people would never intentionally discriminate against another person. However, fair housing investigations often involve actions that were never intended to be discriminatory. A recommendation about a neighborhood, a social media post, a joke shared with friends, an advertisement. Even when no harm is intended, those actions can sometimes create the appearance of discrimination or expose a licensee to complaints. One of the best fair housing practices is to pause before speaking, posting, or sharing information and ask, could someone reasonably interpret this as discriminatory? If the answer is yes, or even maybe, don't publish it. Social media never forgets. Today's realtors communicate through Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, LinkedIn, YouTube, group text messages, and countless other platforms. Once something is posted online, you lose control over where it goes and who may see it. A joke shared among friends, a meme, a forwarded video, a political cartoon, a sarcastic comment. Even if your intentions were harmless, someone else may interpret the content differently. Article 10 of the Realtor Code of Ethics and Standard of Practice 10-5 remind realtors that discriminatory speech, hate speech, epithets, or harassment related to protected characteristics can violate the Code of Ethics, even when the conduct occurs outside of a real estate transaction. Professionalism extends beyond the closing table. Real-world broker scenario. An agent attends a comedy show and later shares a short video clip from the performance on social media because they thought it was funny. Several friends comment on the post. One person adds a discriminatory remark about a protected class. The original agent never made the comment, but their page now contains discriminatory content. Could this become a professional issue? Possibly. While every situation depends on its facts, realtors should understand that what appears on their social media pages can affect both their professional reputation and potential ethics complaints. The safest practice is to carefully consider what you post, share, endorse, or allow to remain on your public profiles. Buyer love letters. In highly competitive real estate markets, buyers sometimes write personal letters to sellers explaining why they love the home. These letters often include photographs, stories about children or pets, religious activities, military service, or other personal details intended to create an emotional connection. Although these letters are usually well-intended, they may also reveal protected characteristics, such as race, religion, familial status, national origin, disability, or other information unrelated to the transaction. This creates unnecessary fair housing risk. For that reason, many Arizona brokers discourage buyer love letters and instead recommend that sellers evaluate offers using objective business factors such as purchase price, financing strength, down payment, inspection terms, closing timeline, contingencies. By focusing on objective terms rather than personal characteristics, sellers reduce the likelihood that fair housing concerns will arise. Arizona has not prohibited buyer love letters by law, but many brokers and attorneys recommend avoiding them as a fair housing best practice. Fair housing is good business. Consumers want to work with professionals they trust. Providing consistent service to every client builds confidence, strengthens your reputation, and reduces legal risk. The best fair housing professionals don't simply avoid discrimination, they actively demonstrate fairness, professionalism, and respect in every transaction. That's one of the reasons fair housing remains one of the most important continuing education topics required by the Arizona Department of Real Estate. Broker tip: create a standard offer presentation worksheet for every seller. Review every offer using the same objective criteria. When every offer is evaluated consistently, fair housing risk is significantly reduced. Online discussion question: why can personal biases create fair housing concerns even when discrimination is not intentional? Answer: unconscious bias can influence decisions, recommendations, or communications without the licensee realizing it. Fair housing laws focus on equal treatment and the effect of actions, not simply intent.